I just cleared this path because I had a couple ideas. I haven't really thought it all out yet, but we also have some issues up here with an invasive weed. It's called star thistle, and really don't know exactly where it comes from. It could be coming from seeds, it could be coming from other places, and it looks like cotton in the winter, I guess. I never really knew that, but I mean, it looks like cotton. You see that? So I was thinking about burning it, but I've also got some Roundup, which I really don't want to use because I don't want it to die or get, sick. It's got other implications. But then I was thinking, if I could get a drain, put in a drain like a French drain, which is basically a trench, and then you fill it with gravel. Well, you line it with plastic, because you want the water to go somewhere. I would like the water to go into the pond and not just wherever it feels like, because the erosion is a problem. That was actually, the erosion was the first thing that they brought up, which was the last thing I was thinking about. Oh, sorry about that. But erosion's a problem after wildfires, and apparently it's the most critical thing because, that's what the officials wanted to talk about. We all got together and people were taking notes, and I heard it from a few places that erosion is a problem, and it really is, because when you live in a state where water is important, and we haven't built very many lakes and reservoirs and dams in probably over 50 years. 50 years ago, they thought it was important, but for some reason we're getting by. We have floods in places pretty much every year, and they just aren't, they're just sort of accepting that this flooding is normal. But I mean, if you live by a river, which I did as a child, you'll see water coming out of the sidewalks because the levees get so full. And there have been a few breaches in the levees over the years, but it doesn't happen enough to get people to do anything about it. All right, hang on. We're going to figure out which way we're going to go. Maybe we'll go see this tree. All right, we're pressing on. It looks like we're going up the hill again, even though the road is blocked. It's a beautiful day today. It's actually sunny. It's good, I guess. Can dry everything out after 25 days of rain. It wasn't maybe officially 25 days of rain, but we had a couple days off during that period, but not many, and it just was constant. And you got to stay warm. It's getting cold. It's January. It started around Christmas, And it went until about the 15th or the 20th. So I say 25. So this is really nice to have a day like this. Actually feels warm with my jacket on. So these trees here, I don't know for sure, but we're only a few miles from one of the largest producers of gold mines in the Mother Lode. It wasn't the first discovery, but it was one of the most prolific ones. And it's just about maybe 10 miles away, probably less than that, in a place called Sheep Ranch. And I think it belonged to William Randolph Hearst. I don't really know. I think he was like the great grandfather. He was a senator also, but the mine produced, I'm not sure what the equivalent would be in today's money, but I will look it up and I'll post it. Okay, so we're getting close. There's the horse chestnut tree. There used to be a road around here. One year I went up and I cut down a Christmas tree to put in the house. And it was so big that I basically couldn't get around it. It was like I had this great idea, but it wasn't a Christmas tree, so it was just a regular pine tree that I found. I think it took me 2 days to cut down by hand and then drag back. There's the Jane Eyre tree. Okay, now we are faced with a roadblock. Yeah, I just don't want to get poison oak, because if you touch it, and I'm just talking about just a little bit, it can scar you for months. So it's just not something you really want to have happen. I mean, I've had it just touch my skin barely, and I'm pretty fair-skinned. So, and I know some people are, like myself, are very allergic to it. Some people aren't. Don't. It doesn't bother, but of course, it's not something that, it doesn't exist everywhere. I think a lot of people probably think it's a mythology or something, but it's not. All right, so more things have fallen. This is the road, and look, it's like somebody's just knocking these trees over. Somebody's saying, don't go that way. But there's the road. So, hopefully I don't get poison oak. I don't see any, but you never know. Oh, my gosh. There's not a lot of trees left here, but it looks like a lot of those horse chestnuts. It's like horse chestnut land. Look at them all. I'm pretty sure that's what those are. You know, it's crazy after a fire, the things that you notice changing. One thing I noticed is the birds. A lot of the smaller birds seem to be doing really good because there's places to hide. They like these fallen trees because bigger, larger prey can't get to them. Whereas in the old, before the fire, they would have just been on a branch and more vulnerable to being caught. And the types of vegetation that's coming back, it's just very odd. We're getting a lot of madrone trees, which are like evergreen trees that almost look like a magnolia tree. And then we're also getting these horse chestnuts. But right here, and then you notice, I think, also because of, as I mentioned, erosion, the water patterns are different. So places that were fine because there was grass and trees that needed the water. But now it's like you just got water just coming right off the hill. It has nowhere to go. And so all this is like becoming a good place for things to grow, and the horse chestnuts seem to be thriving here. Thank you for coming along today. If you want to, like and subscribe if this is the kind of content that you're interested in. And if not, please leave a comment and let me know why not. And thank you, and I'll see you next time.